friends, welcome back to my channel. If you are new, welcome. Thanks for tuning in today. And my name is Victoria. I have a Bath & Body Works obsession problem. I officially am filming what I believe will be my one and only haul. This has been a progression of the first week of the semi-annual sale. We're going to talk about what I picked up. We're going to talk about my general feelings about semi-annual sale, and we're going to talk about my price matching experience, because those are all things that I dealt with in the course of the first week of the sale. I have to say this is probably one of the larger hauls I have done for a semi-annual sale in a while, but not for the area or category that you think it is for. So let's go ahead and get started. So first off, I went to 3 different Bath & Body Works stores. I went to, if you live in the Massachusetts area, I went to one in Dedham, which I don't believe is very well circulated, because I've been in there for semi-annual sales before and they always seem to have a lot of like unicorn items or items that get snagged up really quickly. So there's probably not a lot of foot traffic there. I went to the South Shore one, which is located in Braintree, and I drove all the way to the Natick Mall, which has the only white barn next door to the actual Bath & Body Works store. And I wanted to go there because they have like an over-the-top array of candles. So first and foremost for me is that you will see no body care. I really went into this semi-annual sale not wanting to get any body care, but that is not unique to the semi-annual sale. Normally I go in and I find something here or there, I'm like, oh, I really want this, or like I have a reason for why I'd be picking it up. But this year ahead of the sale, I actually sat down and smelled all of my body washes, because that's the one area I tend to make exceptions for. Like with body creams and body lotions, I absolutely know there is not a cent in this world that I'm gonna buy that I will allow myself to get, because I have too many of those. But body washes, I tend to sort of talk myself into them, because I'm like, oh, I could use them really quickly, like no big deal, I can get some more. I can't. I need to really work through my collection. So I sat down and I smelled all of them, and there were so many scents that I was like, oh God, I can't wait to use this one, or like, oh man, this one smells so good. Like, this is really exciting. So I didn't feel like I had a lot of desire or longing for scents when I went in. I did still like walk around and look at stuff, and you know, there were a couple of things that I was like, maybe I could try it. Like I was a little bit curious to try some of the items from their like gym collection that they kind of haphazardly put out, which is now all 75% off. But in the end, I was like, no, these things like are wicked overpriced, because even with 75% off, we're talking like some of the things were still like $6 or $7, and I'm like, that's not, to me, that's not semi-annual sale price. So I feel like the body care selection has really gone downhill in the past couple of years. I've seen some people post on some of the groups that I'm in some really cool finds, but like I've really not found a whole lot of cool finds lately, and I feel like a lot of the scents they bring back for semi-annual sale time are never gone long enough that I'm like, oh, I don't have that, or like, oh, I'm missing that. Like last year, for example, they brought back the line, I don't know what this is exactly called, but it has lemon pomegranate cream, like all the ones that are in this packaging, and I allowed myself to get this body wash because I was like, oh man, like I really loved all the scents from that collection, but I'll just get one. And then this year, this is back. And this was like, it hadn't been around in a few years prior to that, so I'm kind of just like, now I'm like, I guess I didn't really need to like get any of them, because like either the scent itself comes back packaged as it originally was, or it kind of comes back in another recycled way. So I don't know, it's like an epiphany that's been helpful for me. Don't get me wrong, I still love Bath & Body Works scents. When this collection, like my Bath & Body Works body wash collection, is like back to a reasonable amount, we're talking like 5 to 7, I'll definitely be buying more of them at the next semi-annual sale, like whenever that rolls around. But for now, there's no body care in here. All right, before we talk about my price adjustment story, because some of you probably don't care about that, I'm gonna go ahead and talk about what I did pick up. So I went in wanting to get candles, 3-wick candles. I wanted to get in and get the sample candles that they use as like the scent sniffers for the wallflowers. I love getting those and making those into wax melt. I needed to get some hand soaps, because even though I thought I was all covered for the hand soap department, we are whipping through our collection and I want to just grab some while they're there. So I ended up grabbing 5 different hand soaps that I liked based on their scent. I picked up a More Summer Please, a watermelon lemonade. I've actually never tried this in any kind of hand soap format, so I'm curious about that. I'm kind of over the candle, so I didn't buy that as a candle and picked this up instead. I also picked up Island Papaya, which has tropical coconut, fresh papaya, and sugarcane in it. I think this is a very delicious scent. I also grabbed Sun Please, which is mango Mai Tai. Really like the fruity scents for hand soaps. I grabbed Endless Weekend, which I'm very excited about. I also have never tried this as a hand soap, I don't think, but I love the body care of this. And then lastly, I did grab one winter one. This was Winter Sangria. This smells really nice. The packaging on here for me isn't too like wintry, so I feel like I don't need to wait till the winter to use it, but excited to have found this one. I also unexpectedly grabbed some sheet masks. As you guys know, I'll link in my most recent Bath & Body Works trash talk up in the cards. I recently tried out one of their sheet masks and I had said, like, do I think they're worth the $4.95 price tag? No. Well, they had them for $1.50, I think it was. Talking about taking in a coupon, you're talking like now they're like more like $1.25, $1.30. So I ended up grabbing 2 more of the Totally Terrific. This is the one that I had previously tried out and saw good effects on my skin. But then I also wanted to try out the Cool as a Cucumber because my skin tends to positively react to tea tree, cucumber, and aloe, so I thought I'd grab this one. And then I was curious about the See You Soon sheet mask. I grabbed 2 of these. These have the hyaluronic acid, so I figured this might be helpful for me and Ben to try. So I definitely am excited to have gotten these. These I thought were a really good price for the semi-annual sale. It's like these kind of prices I want to see more of during SAS time. We do have a travel size body lotion in here. It is not for me. I had some coupons. We went in the day before the semi-annual sale started, which I know sounds counterintuitive, but I was afraid there were some things, like I had a 20% off coupon, I had a gift card, I had a free item coupon that I wanted to use. So we got Ben, because he's a super basic bee, we got him the Super Smooth Body Lotion in Warm Vanilla Sugar. He's obsessed with vanilla scents, especially this vanilla scent, so this is what we used for our free item purchase. All right, we're gonna talk mini candles for a second. These I had gotten from the Dedham location. They're the only location in the past year I've been able to get these candles from. The South Shore one never has them, and the one in Natick also never has them. So I was surprised by how many there were. They were like cast off into a corner where I almost missed them, and then as soon as I saw them, I was like scooping them up left and right. First off, I got a pumpkin cupcake. I also grabbed a sparkling amber. This smells exactly like the body care, which I recently used up my body lotion in this scent. I'm excited about that. The cinnamon pretzel twist. This candle, the 3-wick that they came out with in the fall, didn't burn great, but I know that whenever I melt the wax from these, they throw like no tomorrow, so I'm happy to have found that. There is pumpkin apple, so I'm kind of checking off some of the fall scent notes, which makes me pretty happy. There's the Honeysuckle Bouquet. This, I know they came out with it in a 3-wick, and I kind of was like, I don't know if I like the scent enough to want it as a 3-wick. So as soon as I saw this, I was like, this is the one that I'm gonna go with. And then we have Salt Flower. This one, I don't know how I feel about it. I'll be curious to see what my thoughts are when I melt it. I like kind of like it, but kind of don't. So I figured, what the heck, just try it. It's $3. I did get one item that I regretted not getting during the winter semi-annual sale. It's from their hypoallergenic line that I had never heard of before, that happened to like pop up during winter SAS. And there was this Rosewater face and body refresher. Are we surprised? I'm obsessed with rose. This I had sprayed on my hand, and these were mislabeled because I picked up a couple of body washes that were in this particular scent, travel size, and they had been marked as 50% off, but when I went to check out, they actually rang up as 75% off, and they had this spray. And I talked myself out of it because it retails for $18.50. So at the 50% mark, I was like, I don't really want it for that much. But like, after I realized that the line was long, I like wasn't gonna go back, I didn't dig through it, I wasn't dealing with it. So I was like, whatever, I don't need it that much. But I had literally sprayed it on my hand, and for hours after I had left, I kept smelling it. And I was like, I'm really sad I didn't get it. So when I saw this at the Dedham location, I was like, I don't care, hands down, I'm getting it. So I guess technically I perhaps got one body care item, but I consider this more of a makeup item because it says on here that you can spray this on your face. So I'm thinking of trying it out as a like setting spray or a refreshing spray, and not using it as like a body mist, although I probably wouldn't hate that because it smells so good. So I just couldn't resist this. But even at 700% off, this thing was still like $5, which for me is a lot, but I'm a sucker for a rose scent, so I caved. All right, I bring you to the last part of my haul, the 3-wick candle section. And Ben and I went a little bananas on this. Now, I'd like to make a general service announcement that some of these candles I would not have purchased had I not brought Ben with me. Now, whenever I bring Ben, it's a blessing and a curse because he'll carry the candles, which is thoughtful, but then he also likes to have a say in the candles we get. So we'll go ahead and just pull these out and talk about them. So the first thing that we have is the White Mint Latte. This was the last edition that I put into the ones that we purchased. I recall hearing about this in the winter, but for some reason, it just wasn't appealing to me. But yesterday when we were sniffing these, I really liked this. I feel like I like this more as a like mint ice cream scent is what it reminds me of. So I'm probably gonna burn this time of year and not wait for the winter. I definitely feel like I would really be keen on like a white mint or a mint ice cream candle to come out, but I don't think the scent notes would be all that different because this has peppermint, white chocolate, and whipped milk. So I'm hoping that this has a decent burn on it. I don't recall reviews from this from the winter. We also got, per Ben's request, a white opal. I could have done without this. I am not like a real big fan of the like musk cologne type scents, but Ben's all about them, so we indulged. He got to pick this one. We also got fresh balsam. This we were able to get only because it convinced Ben to not make us get like 5 vanilla candles, which you'll see as we roll this out. This I'm looking forward to. You guys know I am obsessed with fresh balsam. It's my favorite scent of life for the winter. I make no promises that this will actually go to the winter months because it actually smells amazing now. I might want to burn it now, but if nothing else, we picked up a future winter candle perhaps. We also got the Rosewater and Ivy. This is now the 3rd one that I have bought. I am just so obsessed. Like it gives me chills when I smell it, which probably sounds so stupid, but it's such a calming scent. And if that's all it takes to calm me down, I live a very stressful, exciting life, that this just makes me feel zen. I can't wait for us to start burning some of the ones that we have because I love it. We then have, yes, another Ben choice, Vanilla Bourbon Peach. This, I don't hate. I do like the smell of it, but I have heard in reviews that when you burn this, the bourbon note really overpowers everything else, which I'm not sure I'm gonna hate necessarily, but I'm curious to see how this one does in fact burn. We also picked up the Lavender Cacao candle. This was 75% off. I don't know how I feel about this. Like on the one hand, I'm intrigued by it. On the other hand, I'm like, do I really like this? I feel like what suckered me in was the fact that it was only $5 or $6. I think if it had only been half off, I wouldn't have gone for it. And now we're on to tray number 2. Like I said, unusually high number of candles purchased at this semi-annual sale. So I picked up the root beer float. This smells just like root beer. I'm really curious to see how this actually shakes out. I've seen some people in my Facebook groups, half people have been like, this has no scent, other half have been like, this stuff's amazing. So I'll be curious to see if mine's a dud or if it actually does well. We also got the Spiced Apple Toddy. I don't recall ever having smelled this, but I really like it. I wouldn't necessarily say it's a winter candle. Like the packaging on here, it looks very wintry. This to me is very reminiscent of fall, so I'll probably plan on burning it in the fall months. We have the Fresh Cut Lilacs. We got this last year. Oh, so good. Ben and I love a good lilac scent, so very happy to have found another one of these. I picked up the Italy Cannoli and Chocolate candle. Oh, this smells just like the hot cocoa candle, but I feel like there's a bit more of like a waffle cone note in here, more so than the hot cocoa one. Hoping it burns well, excited about this. Grabbed the Banana Milkshake candle. I love a good banana scent, and I really hope that this has a good throw because it smells really delicious on cold. And then lastly, we have the Pineapple Crumb Cake. Yeah, this one's really good. I know it came out a while ago, but I just didn't pull the trigger on it. I'm not normally someone who likes pineapple scents, but this just smells really delicious and yummy, so I'm excited about it. So those are all the things that I purchased. As I mentioned at the very start, since I'm really not interested in body care and since I'm not hiking my butt back to Natick, it's like 40 minutes from where I live, I'm officially done. I don't plan on going back to Bath & Body Works. I don't plan on going back for anything else. You know, kind of like famous last words, but I really feel like unlike other years, I don't feel like there was anything that I was like, oh man, if only that was 75% off, or if only like this would be a little bit cheaper. Like I'm good with body care stuff. So in total, I spent $73.68 on all of these things, but I saved $172.93. So this is why I love semi-annual sale. I obviously used a lot of coupons. As I mentioned, I had a gift card that a lovely student had given me. So I'm really happy with this. Okay, so now let's talk about my price adjustment story. So I have price adjusted in the past, and according to Bath & Body Works, their policy on their website, which I have read multiple times, says that you are able to price adjust things within 14 days of the original purchase date. So I had gone into Bath & Body Works on the Monday that the sale had started, and candles across the board were $12.50. So that to me, I was like, that's fine. I'll get what I want. There wasn't a ton that I wanted at the first place I had gone to. Now I waited to go to Natick until the weekend when candles happened to drop down to the, I think, $10 or $10.50 price, whatever it was, but it was a different price. So I was like, all right, I'll do a price adjustment. Now, I have had hits and misses with price adjustments. Some stores have said to me, oh yeah, just need to have your receipt. Like, they look at me like I'm an idiot when I come in with like a bag and I'm like, I have the items with the receipt. And some stores are like, I only need the receipt to do your price adjustment, like not a big deal. Other stores in the past, when I haven't brought the items with me, have been like, without the items, I can't do a price adjustment. So I was not rolling the dice with this. I had kept my bag in the car, so I had my candles in there. Ben and I walked in and I had them with the receipt, and I went to the counter and I had said, all right, like I'm checking out and I want to do a price adjustment. So the girl was like, okay. So she had scanned my receipt and she was like, well, you're going to be getting a price adjustment of $1. And I was like, that doesn't sound right. She was like, well, you used a coupon, and so it only does the price adjustment on what was the remainder after the coupon. So what that means is when the candles were priced at like $12.50, my 10 off of 30, because I had just one order that was like $50 or $60, it had basically taken $1 off of every item that I had purchased. So it looked to the register as though I had ordered the candles or bought the candles for like $11 each, and I had 4 candles in total in that transaction. Why it was going to be $1, I don't understand, because it should have been in my mind $4 I was getting back, which still was wrong. So I was like, that doesn't sound right. And I tried to talk to her about it, and she was like, nope, that's it. Like, that's the policy. Like, she clearly wasn't, one, wanting to talk about it, 2, like, wasn't super happy that I was doing it, and then, like, wasn't quite understanding me. And so I said to her, I was like, okay, like, can you just return it? And she was like, what? I was like, can you just return the candles and I'm going to rebuy them? And she was like, why? Why do you want to do that? And I said, because I have a 10 off 30. And so it's a lot more savings for me to do a different transaction with 4 candles, and I'll take $10 off versus the $5 I originally had saved when they were all priced at $12.50 with my coupon. And she was like, no, that's not how it works. I was like, no, again, it is how it works. Like, if you just return it and I rebuy them, she was like, your coupon is no longer valid. And I was like, they're still valid. They're valid till July 5th. And I like pulled out my coupons, and she was like, I'm gonna have to get a manager. And she went to go get a manager, and like at that point, Ben thought I was crazy. He was like, I don't understand what you're doing. Like, she's trying to tell you that you can't like do that. I was like, no, you can't. Like, you 100% can do this. So then the manager came over, and I was like, I just want to return these and repurchase them with my coupon. So she was like, okay, rung them up and used the 10 off 40 coupon. So I ended up saving $10 off of those candles. So lesson learned, I found that if you're going to do a price adjustment and you have used a 10 off of 40 coupon, you need to bring the items into the store and return them and then repurchase them and use that coupon. Now, the only thing that's sucky about that situation is I happen to have a few 10 off of 40 coupons, and I know that in the past 2-ish years, they've become much more stingy about them. Like, stores used to hand them out by the piles. They used to be like, oh, you want 10 of these as you do one transaction? Sure, like whatever. And they'd also used to give them out during a semi-annual sale. That doesn't happen anymore. They're like very much like, these are golden magical tickets to Willy Wonka's factory and we can't let you have all of them. Like they're very strict about it these days. So if you don't have an extra coupon to be able to just like do that return exchange thing, you're gonna get screwed by the system. I have watched videos where people have talked about that that's not the right way, that there is a way that you can price adjust and not factor in the coupon, but I'm not a sales associate. I've never worked there before, so I can't necessarily speak to that 100%, but I think that is frustrating because on their website, it doesn't talk about that. There's no like section that says like price adjustment, oh, with coupon, price adjustment normally. Like they don't differentiate that on the website, so I don't know how the stores can like make that policy. And I've complained about this before if you've seen Bath & Body Works video. Like I don't know, it doesn't happen very often, but I have complained before about their coupon policy, that they just aren't consistent with how it's enforced, how it's regulated, all of that jazz. So that was like my one real hiccup. But like I said, I was happy that I had brought the candles with me, and after I did the transaction and I was talking to Ben about it, he was like, oh, no, that makes sense. Like you did do the right thing. It does work out that way better for you. So in the end, I saved the money. That's all I care about. But I would be super curious to hear from you to know what you picked up. I love binge watching semi-annual sale hauls time of year. So if you film one, tell me about it in the comments below. And I'll talk to you guys in the next video real soon. Bye.